Gabriela. I've studied some time in Leipzig and started with illustration, and then I started to do a lot of printing and discovered the woodcut printing studio, and got really into doing woodcuts. But actually much more before. I was born in a little town in Germany, which is very ugly, but a lot of nice people, and so I'm basically coming from a small ugly place, and then I come and see everything new, move to bigger cities, and I'm always interested to see how people live and what's happening to me every day. So first there was no research about woodcuts, I just started doing it, and then the more I didn't know anything, so everything in the beginning was very rough, and the more I did woodcuts, the more everything got smaller and more detailed, and the most detailed woodcuts you can find are probably a couple of 100 years ago. So I always look into old book art, for example, and see how what they were able to tell in this really really hard and not like easy to make technique. So basically a couple of 100 years ago a woodcut tried to look like a drawing, and then last century a woodcut looked like a woodcut, so like if Picasso did a woodcut you could really see the wood, or one of the modern painters. I don't want to give an art lesson here, but it's always interesting to see how the woodcut shaped, and then you can always get inspiration out of all these different kinds of using this technique. Well, in this exhibition you can see woodcuts or artworks that have been made in the last 4 years, and the bigger the woodcut is, the longer it takes to make it. So in the beginning I made very small woodcuts, and they only showed like a moment in my day. Maybe I meet somebody on the street, I go shopping. And then the bigger they got and the more detail I put into work, the more I tell. So maybe there's a picture, for example, in a backstage of a concert, and I tell about everybody getting drunk and kissing and falling over, and also what you can see through the window and what is written on the shop over the street. And also I cannot remember everything that happened at that night because maybe I was drunk. So I make up things that might fit into this place, and like tell the person that looks at it how it might have been, and what kind of a place it was. And that is like, let's say maybe the medium-sized woodcuts, and then the bigger the woodcuts get, the more and more and more I tell about my everyday life or the normal our time. For example, a can of Coke, or a bottle of water, or my iPod station, or the view outside my window, and the observer can see. When I was doing the woodcut, I lived in the street, for example, so maybe there's one upstairs where you can see outside the window, okay, that must be in England, so I'm telling about my view out of the window when I was living in England. It's very simple, but it's always not really looking like it did, it's more like a collage. Yeah. So many fragments of what I remember, or how it looked like, or places I went to. It's not really, it's not like a photo, it's more like a memory. I think probably every artist is a bit of a wildflower. I mean, I don't really like to say, oh, I'm an artist, because sometimes you associate different kind of people with that, but where you have to sit in your room and try to make your brain go a bit a different way than everybody else's. So yeah, there's something growing. Yeah.